Hey everybody, the Reswirl here, and welcome back to more of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Okay, this was going to be Steins Gate, but after 30 minutes, I was alerted to my audio being broken. It sounded like my mic was broke, but it seems like the game didn't have any sound either, so I think the issue may have just been OBS being weird. Although I think it's my own fault because I moved my computer when OBS was open, which I probably shouldn't do, just to avoid, anything getting broken. Regardless, I just decided to do this, because then I can finish the case, which is nice, but also because then it means I'm not going to be doing Steins Gate right after just trying to do Steins Gate, because that's the one way to make yourself hate a game, to constantly re-record it. Either way, let's go! Oh wow, I turned this down shitloads. This is going to be weird to play, honestly, because most of today I've played the Great Ace Attorney, and it's going to be quite different, maybe? We'll see. Either way, well, this is it. Today's the day all goes down. And then there was yesterday. Oh yeah, where Darian came in and screwed everything up. This meeting is over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy, we're leaving. Darian, wait. I never liked you. Either of you. Huh? Oh yeah, I forgot. BlueStacks has had an update too. So now, when I'm at full screen with my apps, a toolbar doesn't appear at the top when I move my mouse up there. It's now on the right hand side of the window. Does that actually appear in Capture? It doesn't. Okay, good. Phew. Damn it, we were so close. He was about to tell us. Hey Apollo. He didn't want us to hear what Marchie had to say. And I think I know why. Time to bring down a little justice. Uh-oh. What was that? He is heard but unseen. Who's that talking? Oh. Okay. Valant Grammary. Using the door like an average muggle, no less. You aren't the witness today, are you? Oh, shit, I've just realised why it's so quiet. I'm an idiot. Yeah, that's why. Oh, balls. Well, I apologise. That's the only downside to if I use this to actually just play games and not record them. Is, yeah, I turn down the volume so I can, watch or listen to other stuff. Oh, I feel like an idiot. I was like, why is this so quiet? Either way, you aren't the witness today, are you, Uncle Valant? Valant? A preposterous proposition. How could I stand upon the stand? Why, my secrets would be free for the plucking. I might even have to sign autographs. That is why I intend to remain hidden for the entire day. Ooh, with vanishing magic? Indeed. I will jump upon an express train, and express myself to the next town over. But before I go, a word of warning. Warning? What? A grand grammary glamour resides at the root of all that has happened. Do not forget this truth. A glamour? A spell, a sorcery, a great illusion. Miss Trucy, though it pains me to part so, I need to get in line for a ticket. Farewell. Oh wow, it disappeared. And there he goes. He sure seemed happy about that illusion thing. Oh, big illusions are the bread and butter of a magician. You can't pull off a show with that one. Now, the big illusion is always a spectacle to remember. I didn't even get to read that. Or the Eiffel Tower. Anything, really. So, he was talking about what we saw at the concert. Lemmy's disappearing act. And Prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitar. I wonder what he meant by it being at the root of all that has happened. Well, it's about time. Shall we go? Ah, excuse me, sir. Yes? The scheduled starting time for the trial has been changed. The trial will not be commencing until 10:30 AM. Sorry for the inconvenience. Huh? Did something happen? This is a first. It was by the judge's request. Some urgent personal business. Okay. Great, I bet he stayed up too late last night watching courtroom dramas. Apparently he's visiting the hospital again. The hospital? I believe it was mentioned that the Chief Justice's son is unwell. Oh, that's who it is. The Chief Justice's son is the guy that has incuritis. Apparently his condition worsened considerably this morning. The Chief Justice's son. Oh, that's right. Remember yesterday morning? The judge said he had to go visit him after the trial. Incuritis syndrome. First case in country. Yeah, there we go. There's an article about it in the newspaper. If you care to read about it yourself. Yes, there we are. Okay. Incuritis. Where have I heard that before? Yeah, I knew as soon as the egg was... goddamn. That was random. No, as soon as the egg was mentioned as being a cure for incuritis, I was like, I recognise that, but I couldn't place who the character was that had, or has, incuritis. Okay, cool. Can I actually read it? Article about the Chief Justice's son, who is inflicted with incuritis. Oh. Yeah, I'm certainly able to read it. We can basically read the first 2 lines. I'll let you read that article for us, Apollo. Just leave the TV guide page to me. Try not to lose the page with the funnies if you can. Oh yeah, because that's what Apollo likes to read. Alright. Let's do this. My apologies for the delay. Court is now in session for the trial of, how do you say his name again? Machi Toba. Our suspect, Fortissimo. Right. It's his trial in any case. The defense is prepared, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready to rock. Is something wrong, Your Honor? No? Well, yes. It's just, I've been friends with the Chief Justice since we were students. It pains me to see him going through such a difficult time. Incuritis, was it? That article said there is no known cure. Herr Judge, let me say, with all honesty, I feel your pain. But now is not the time for tears. Now is the time for law. Indeed. We left off at quite the juncture yesterday. Yeah, with Darian. I asked Interpol about that number. IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Latouze. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescent. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Oh! Yes, Lammy stopped him. We know. We've been through this. Wait. That voice just now. It was him. I am sure of it. It was him? That voice I heard. Talking to Mr. Latouze. When I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darian. No way. And that's where it ended. Quite a sensational ending. Who would have thought Darian would guest star in the season cliffhanger? As a suspect. I asked the prosecution to look into this matter. Please tell the court your findings. Darian Crescent is a member of my band, the Governors. He is also a detective, making the current charges serious indeed. Yet after investigation, I found no cause to alter our case, or file new charges. And your reason is... weren't you aware, Herr Forehead? He has an impeccable alibi. Oh yeah. The concert, obviously. An alibi? Let's review the facts again, shall we? The concert held on the night of the shooting was in 3 sets. Beep, 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 beep. The Governors ripped up the stage during the first set. For the second set, our guest took centre stage. Does it have to show this again? So the only performers appearing were myself, Lammy and Machi, along with a drummer and bassist, for a total of 5. The shooting in the dressing room, however, took place during the 3rd set. Lammy and the defendant, Machi, had left the stage at that point, and the Governors were already rocking. This is when 2 shots rang out at the scene of the crime. Shots heard by Detective Emma Skye, mind you. And Apollo. You heard them too, right? I sure did. Furthermore, Lammy herself witnessed the moment of the crime. Well, perhaps I should say she heard the moment of the crime. when she claims to have heard Mr. Latouche and Detective Crescent talking. But that's impossible. Detective Crescent was... Precisely. Detective Crescent was on stage, getting his groove on, no less. Voila! A perfect alibi. Does the defense have anything to add to this? It's true. When I heard those gunshots, he must have been on stage. Still, there's something here that doesn't quite add up. It appears the defense has no objections. I believe we can safely say that Darian Crescent's alibi has been acknowledged. Which means that Lammy was sadly mistaken. Her testimony cannot be true. Very well. Of course, if we disregard her testimony, then I see no evidence keeping us from declaring a verdict. If indeed, there are no objections. Uh-oh, Apollo. If he declares a verdict now... But Prosecutor Gavin's case is airtight. Lammy might have been lying to protect Machi. How can I rely on her testimony? Wait, what about yesterday in the detention centre? Yeah, he was about to tell us and then he got pulled away by Darian. About the case? What about the case? He wants to tell us about Mr. Latouche's death? Yeah, there he is. This meeting's over. Darian? Machi was trying to tell us something, I know it. So maybe the best thing to do is ask him, under oath. Very well. The court finds the defendant, what was his name again? Oh yeah. Your Honour. No, that wasn't it. It was something like Marquise, or Mr. Justice. Your Honour, before you declare a verdict, I would like to call another witness. Exactly who else do you need to hear from? A witness who, until now, has not been given a chance to speak in this court. Because he doesn't speak English. You don't mean... the defendant? Oh, but I do. The defense calls defendant Machi Toba to the stand. It's probably just Tobai or something. What? But he doesn't speak English. We'll use an interpreter. Interpreter? I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. I only speak a few phrases, such as I love you and where is the toilet? The defense would like to request Lammy as the interpreter. Lammy? But there's a possibility she's protecting the defendant. But she'd be interpreting for the defendant. Why would she lie? This is most unusual. Bravo, Herr Forehead. Herr Judge, the prosecution agrees with the defense's request. If Lammy lies, I'll be able to tell. Even my limited knowledge of the language should be enough for that. Well, if both prosecution and defense are for this, I see little cause for refusal. Finally, some progress. Bailiff, please show the defendant and Lammy to the witness stand. Oh. Oh man. I suppose there is a first time for everything. Shall we proceed? Your name, to begin with. If you would, Lammy. Yes. He says, Machi... whatever, the defendant. This is certainly a first for this courtroom. Not that we really need an interpretation of that message in particular. So far so good. Very well, Mr. Justice, if you would. Huh? If I would what, Your Honour? Would what? You called the defendant to the stand, did you not? What would you have him testify about? What do I want him to testify about? I hadn't thought that far yet. Apollo. It's about what he saw. Aren't you going to ask him about what he was about to tell us yesterday? How can I if I don't know what he was saying? Excuse me a moment, if I might speak. Yes, Lemmy? Just now, Machi said there is something about which he wishes to testify. Machi wants to testify about something? What could it be? What sort of testimony is he talking about? One moment, please. The suspense is killing me. What? 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 Well... According to Machi, he has proof of his innocence. Oh. What? Oh, as the courtroom erupts into chaos. Erupts, not abrupts. This is a surprise. Victory, Apollo, we did it! This is sounding too good to believe, and I know what that usually means. Well, if that's true, then this is vital testimony. Machi. Please testify to the court. Very well. Okay. Proof of innocence. So he says that word of Mr. Latouse's death came as a great shock. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, I, that is, he, could not have done it. Okay. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them. Yeah, I guess. Then again... I see. Wasn't there a point where Lammy wasn't anywhere nearby and it seemed like he understood what we were saying? Which is strange. He wouldn't have understood the English lyrics to the song. That would prevent him from following them so closely. I wondered what he meant by proof. Why, he would only have to ask Lammy to know the meaning of that song. Lammy, did you ever explain the lyrics of that song to him? I did tell him, generally, what the song was about. But never in so much detail, and he never asked. He was off. Has my oft-repeated warning already fled that forehead? Lammy might be protecting the witness. Well, anyway, let us proceed with the cross-examination. Mr. Justice, if you would. Yes, Your Honour. Something's hidden in that testimony, I know it. I'll just have to trust my bracelet to tell me where. It worked yesterday, it'll work today. Okay. Wait, can I use my bracelet wherever? God, I've got it right to your ear. No. Okay, it came as a great shock. I'll just press everything. Were Machi and Mr. Latouse close? Yes, after we travelled around the world on tour together. Lammy, this is Machi's cross-examination, not yours. But I knew the answer. This is a court of law. We'll play by the book. I understand. When Prosecutor Gavin's tough, he's really tough. Machi says he was very good friends with Mr. Latouse. Mr. Latouse was always a gentleman, never angry. We got along quite well. I never dreamed something like this would happen. Okay. The Guitar Serenade, correct? Yes, the crime followed the lyrics of the song. The theft of the keyring, the burning guitar, and the bullet. This is why it could not have been me. I'm glad I didn't have to go through the translation animation every time. That is real nice. If I could not have done it, you mean... It is very simple. Machi could not have done all the things that happened that day. For all those things followed the song lyrics closely. And he don't understand English. So, he says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them. I don't believe that, though. I'll use the bracelet here. Mostly because he seemed to react to our English at points. Whoa, I can actually see his eyeballs. Woo! I wonder if he blinks or something. I'm watching him closely. They were hidden behind glasses. Oh, there we go. There we go. Gotcha! It just looks like I'm looking at his eyes. Uh-oh. Machi? Why are we... I mean, it's like, why are we doing this? But we're after the truth. You can't fool my eyes. You glanced towards her the very moment... Oh, Lammy said the word English. Why? And don't bother interpreting that, he understands me. Machi, tell the truth. You can understand English, can't you? What are you saying? Of course he can't. Must he continue the charade? Mr. Justice, Machi says this. I know the word English. Huh? Before coming to this country, he heard me speaking English. He learnt the name for this language, that is all. What? Give me a break. Is that such an unusual word to understand? Do you not know Espanol, for instance? Well, yeah, but... I am sorry, but he truly does not understand your language. Well then explain this. How does he know the crime followed the lyrics? Have you always been such a suspicious-minded lad? I mean, that's true. It is simple. So simple it hardly requires an explanation. He read about it in the newspaper. The newspaper? The Borginian Daily Bugle. You can buy it in this country these days, you know? They've already begun to report about this case in our homeland. Yeah, I was right. What is wrong, Mr. Justice? Your eyes. They are quite fierce all of a sudden. I'm pretty sure the newspaper doesn't mention anything about the lyrics. I'm pretty sure they wanted to keep it out of the paper. Machi is lying. Maybe it's time to show them proof that he's lying. Where even is it? Oh, it's there. There. Article about the case. It doesn't mention the lyrics of Lemmy's ballad. Can't fool me. I have here a Borginian newspaper. The Borginian Daily Bugle, as a matter of fact. Indeed, there is a feature article about the case. Could you read this for me, Machi? That's right. It doesn't mention the lyrics. What? What is this all about? I'm sorry, Machi. You couldn't have read about the lyrics in a Borginian newspaper. Uh-oh. Busted. Did he just say, oh shit, in Borginian? It feels quite bad that we're doing this to our client, but... oh well. What does this mean? But I don't see how it's possible. Ah, I know. He must have heard the lyrics when the police were doing their questioning. Yes. Not possible. The subjects of the lyrics were not brought up in police questioning. I read the full report myself. So, the lyrics weren't in the newspaper and the police didn't mention them. The only place you could have heard them was in this courtroom. In English, no less. The witness will explain himself. Machi says, he says... She doesn't want to say. Yes? Yeah, it's true, I read the newspaper. But this is not where I learned of the lyrics. I was mistaken. Now I remember. Oh god. You remember? He says he heard the lyrics, or heard of the lyrics from me. What? That face. Is this true, Lemmy? Yes. I'm afraid I had forgotten it myself. Oh god, she's sticking up for him, I think. No! Then it looks like her forehead's been jumping to conclusions again. It seems so, yes. No, no! I was onto something. I know it. I can't let this chance slip away. Time is an issue today, Mr. Justice. Are you finished with your cross-examination? What are you going to do, Apollo? If I'm going to keep on cross-examining, I'd better have an angle of attack. Or else, we're screwed. My bracelet's still reacting. Your Honor, please allow me to continue. If you must, you must. Very well. Witness. I understand. So it was I who explained that the crime followed the song. Okay. I'll just do it on this. This is the only new testimony. Well, that she's not doing out. What about Lemmy? Oh, she's doing that again! That means she's unsure. Gotcha! God. Sheesh. Lemmy. I'm currently cross-examining Machi. Why should you be uncertain? Oh, me? Uncertain? Yes, you swallowed the very moment you told the court. It was I who explained. I see there is little point in trying to hide anything from you. Lemmy, are you indeed protecting someone? That is not a question with a simple answer. To tell the truth, I do not believe it myself. Then allow me to answer for you. Lemmy, you're protecting... I mean, it's pretty obvious. Lemmy, you were protecting Machi. That's why you lied and told us you had explained how the crime followed the song. I don't fault you for trying to help, but this is not the way. Machi, I believe you didn't do it, really. I trust you. But you've lied to us twice. And now you have Lemmy lying on your behalf. If this is going to work, you have to trust me. Or you have to trust me too. Your two lies cover a simple truth. You understand English, you have to. Oh god. He does. That was an English scream. My god. Oh dear. So witness, is this true? Do you understand English? Yes, a little, only. Speaks it too. What? First he could see, now he can talk. And you did not know about this, Lemmy. No, I did not. It is quite a surprise. How many secrets is this witness hiding? Last. This is last. Machi, could you tell us what really happened? No shooting. I did no shooting. So you weren't in the dressing room when I heard those two gunshots, correct? Uh-oh. Apparently the answer to that question isn't simple either. I was in dressing room, behind desk. Manager, he on floor. Which would be after the shooting, right? Then there is voice. Voice? Or voices? Was it you and Emma, Apollo? So when Machi went into the dressing room, Miss Luch's had already been shot. And then we came to the door. Panel high up, I take off, run away, run away. So it was you who escaped through that air vent. As the prosecution has held all along, no less. The defendant has admitted to being at the scene. Might we take this as a confession? No, he's clearly denied that he did it. I know shooting. Manager on floor. Already on floor. The victim had already been shot, you say? I find that hard to believe. The defendant understood the song lyrics. He was at the scene of the crime. This can only mean one thing. He is the shooter. Does the defendant have anything to say to this? He's climbed up, Apollo. Then let's ask Mr. Justice. Will you require any further testimony from the witness? Is that it? Is there nothing else I can get him to testify about? Wait, no, of course there is. What is this cocoon anyway? The cocoon is... the silk is a potent cure. A cure? Well, Machi, are you a smuggler? He won't tell me. That cocoon has to have something to do with this. Machi, please, tell us the truth, for your own sake. No. No more speak. Not to any of you. So much for your precious trust, Hair Forehead. Hey, you were the one who didn't believe him. Regardless, this brings us to an impasse. Shit. It does seem that the defense and defendant are at odds. I doubt we are likely to learn anything more of value should this continue. I see no other course but to declare a 5-minute recess. The defense will work things out with the defendant, so we might proceed. Okay. Oh dear. Apollo Eustace. That's justice. Better learn how to say it if you ever want to get some. Believe. I know shooting. Machi claims Miss Luch's was already down on the ground when he entered the room. Maybe it was a trap, and he walked right into it. So suddenly I hear revolver, close, very close. Then I hear voice. You heard gunshots? Yes, it's true. I hear revolver, but only sound. Wait, you're saying you went into the dressing room and found Miss Ullatu's already dead, and then you heard shots? If that's true... So... You were at the scene of the crime when you heard those shots, and you escaped through the air vent. I know. Huh? What do you know? I know a fire opening vent.